All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and say it ain't so. Once again, before we even get to this video, shout out to Doug for always keeping us up to date and letting us know what's going on. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go check out Doug, all right? And this one here, he said that Donald Trump has selected his running mate. This will only help him win in 2024. And then in the description, Doug also says that there were rumors that Tucker as VP, which that's what I want. I want, if anybody been watching me for a while, I've been saying this for the longer, that I want Tucker Carlson to be Donald Trump's vice president. However, I did list other names that could potentially be candidates if Tucker don't want to do it. And then he go on to say, rumors that Tucker as VP was the way to go. Though I always been partial to Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is another one that I did say that I would take. I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's another good candidate. But then he said it won't be Nikki Haley, because there were some lies of people trying to help Nikki Haley boost her numbers up and stuff like that by saying that Trump was going to select her as vice president. That was a lie. See, that's what they've been doing for the longest, is constantly lying on Donald Trump. He had to at least come out. He had to come out and say, I did not say I was going to pick Nikki Haley as no vice president. Ain't no way. That was a lie. They were trying to use that to try to boost her numbers up. And then he said, it won't be Nikki Haley, but there are two names, with one of them being 90% certain. So shout out to Doug. We're going to check it out and see exactly who Doug is talking about. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody who clicked on this video for the very first time. And shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. When you do that, YouTube will share it so more people can see my reaction. And that right there is where it helped the channel grow. Please hit that like button. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. And let's see what Doug got for us today.
Here we go. Well, it looks like Trump has narrowed down his vice president pick. If I had to pick, it's all over the news. Who is with him in Iowa to help him out this week? There's no reason why he would have this person other than to soft launch his running mate. I'm going to go through all of the news with you. By the end, you'll know about as much as I do. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TeNapel. I'm the creator of video games and comic books and things like that, but now I do the news because our country is at stake.
Yes, it is.
Let's hope Trump wins. Yep. I'm so glad you could join us. Here's the headline. So this is from CBS News. Trump potential VP pick and former actress swarm Iowa ahead of caucuses. Here goes the actress thing too. I'll tell you who she is in just a moment. Former President Donald Trump is relying on a potential running mate, a former TV actress, and one of his sons to stump for him in Iowa as his campaign tries to blanket the state with events ahead of the Iowa caucuses. I'll also explain to you why this is an improvement on what he did back in 2016 that'll help secure his win. The Surrogates, that's who they're calling these people, featuring South Dakota Governor KRISTI Noem. There you go. That's who I think they're saying, and I think Trump is saying, could be, probably is his VP nomination. Obviously, he hasn't made an announcement, so I can't go out that far, right?
Right.
Why is this lady from a totally different state in Iowa campaigning for Trump? Why? Unless they're floating her up there. That's KRISTI Noem. Who's the actress? Roseanne Barr is also on tour with him.
Whoa.
And Eric Trump. Now, Roseanne Barr is another celebrity that's very fascinating to me. I really like her a lot, but she represents kind of the couch potato American, mom and pa TV American mainstream. Again, a very smart move. Something that Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley could not pull off in a way that Trump can. And Eric Trump, his son, who is the most normal of his kids, are part of a larger campaign effort to invigorate Trump's base of caucus goers across the Hawkeye state and ensure they'll turn out for Trump on January 15th in the first 2024 presidential nominating contest. So they're going to nominate Trump, right? This is in Iowa. This is for the presidency now. He's through messing around with all these other people. He's going for votes now. And this also shows that his ground game is greatly improved. This is normal politics stuff that Trump wasn't always so good at. The nuts and bolts, normal campaign stuff. Quote, "We know we have the votes," said Trump campaign senior advisor Jason Miller. Quote, "We just have to turn them out. And we're going to be using every method available to us to ensure that we do that." So that is normal campaign talk. Very good on Jason Miller.
It is.
The former president will appear at more Iowa campaign events in the first 2 weeks of January than in the last 2.5 months combined, partially because he was so involved in lawsuits in New York. Trump, who has led every Iowa poll by double digits for months, so you'd think he's safe, right? No. He's visiting the state only. He has visited the state only 9 times in the last 90 days. Whereas KRISTI Noem, who endorsed Trump at a South Dakota campaign rally in September, will kick off the final swing through Iowa on Wednesday evening with a Team Trump Iowa MAGA event in Sioux City. Why KRISTI Noem? They need to see if she works as vice president, and I believe she's going to do fine. And I believe she's probably going to be his pick. There's the lovely KRISTI Noem. Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene will be the featured speaker at a Trump event in Keokuk on Thursday. That's another name that's been floated up as his vice president, only by me.
Oh, okay.
And then Roseanne Barr is set to speak at a rally in Boone next Tuesday. And former Housing and Urban Development Secretary Dr. Ben Carson, who ran against Trump in 2016, campaigned for him in Iowa. Now, Ben Carson's another name I would float up as a vice president. Why? He's so in manner and in demure, being so shy and quiet, like Mike Pence. I think guys like Dr. Ben Carson, personality types like him, are the kinds of people that Trump actually wants to be around. I don't think he wants another big, loud, flashy, media star guy. I think he likes and respects what he is not, and it really helps round him out. So I would put Ben Carson up there too. They might be floating him up, although I think primarily this is KRISTI Noem's. The approach from Trump differs from 2016, when a weak campaign ground game resulted in a second-place finish behind Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Though Trump leads polls going into the caucuses that year, Trump went on to win the GOP nomination and presidency, but aides are determined not to let a loss like that happen again. So they are going for normal Republican campaigning. They are not going, even though they know they've got Iowa. See, this is what I like about them.
Think about this, y'all. Even some of the names like Ben Carson and a lot of the names, but the one that stick out to me is Roseanne Barr. If we know anything about Roseanne Barr, she will go off on you in a heartbeat. I don't know if y'all seen that interview that she did with Piers Morgan. Oh, my Lord. And you talking about somebody who ain't afraid, ain't afraid to say what's on their mind. It'll be Roseanne Barr. She do not play at all, whether you like her or not. She will speak her mind. She will cuss. She will yell. She will do anything she have to do. For one thing we can all know about Roseanne Barr is that she don't play around with nobody. Now, with her being Trump vice president, I don't know about that. I mean, my pick's staying at, Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We got Carrie Lake, Vivek Ramaswamy. I like those names, So that's kind of weird. Like, I didn't see this one coming about him possibly choosing Roseanne Barr. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. What do y'all think about that? Would y'all like Roseanne Barr as Trump's vice president? Obviously, I just gave you my names of who I would, rather consider. Tucker is number one for me. That's who I want it to be. Trump, Tucker, 2024. But let me know how y'all feel about Roseanne Barr possibly being Trump's vice president.
They're taking this very seriously and working hard, even when they know that it's safe. Guys, nothing is safe. This goes for everyone who goes like, oh, the votes are all fake or whatever, I'm not going to vote. No, we need your vote. I don't care what you think about it being fake. Everyone has to do everything they can over the top because your country is at stake. If you really believe your country is at stake, then do everything you can. That might even mean embracing mail-in voting. That might mean going day of voting. If you think there's trouble voting day of, then make sure that you mail in your vote on time and make sure that you're registered now. Contact your local state representatives for the Republican Party. Make sure you're registered, people. We got to get you those ballots. The latest CBS News poll shows Trump with a comfortable lead and indicates he's the only candidate being actively considered by a majority of likely caucus goers, with 58% of voters saying they will choose the president over his GOP rival. So Trump's a lock. It's already done, guys.
Right.
This is USA Today with fake news. Trump supporters suggest DeSantis, Ramaswamy, and Haley as running.
See, here they go again with Haley and DeSantis. Ain't nobody saying nothing about no DeSantis or no Haley as Donald Trump's running mates. Come on. I'm telling you, a lot of these articles, you got to be careful because they will just write anything, especially if they don't like Donald Trump, because they want to paint him in a bad light. Trump already said that he didn't say anything about choosing no Nikki Haley, but yet her name keep getting wrote down as Trump gonna see. They think they are slick by constantly saying that Donald Trump is gonna choose Nikki Haley. All they trying to do is just trying to raise Nikki Haley's numbers in the polls because they feel like Trump done endorsed her, like Trump supports her, or Trump gonna choose her as his vice president. It's just all a lie. At this point, they're just using Trump for their own gain, basically.
Mates, that is the least creative take on the whole thing. And that's USA Today. They're always the last to know because they're mainstream media. And then here's the Hill. With KRISTI Noem says it would be a mistake for Trump to pick Haley as a running mate. That's my final blow to her being vice president. I think she's protecting her ground. She is protecting her space now as his VP running mate. This has been, but you guys got to tell me, is it going to be KRISTI Noem? Is it going to be KRISTI Noem? Is it, or do you think it could be Nikki Haley, Ramaswamy, DeSantis, Ben Carson? Who do you think is in the running? I'm Doug in exile.
Wow, shout out to Doug. Shout out to Doug. But I don't really see any of those names, especially Nikki Haley. I don't see Trump picking any of them names. I can see, like I said before, if he don't pick Tucker Carlson, I can see him picking Vivek because he have come out and said that he really like Vivek and stuff. And if you look at Vivek's stance with Trump, like if they take Trump off a ballot or whatever, Vivek takes himself off the ballot. Like he really, really supports Trump. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I like about Vivek. Whether a lot of people like Vivek or not, I like Vivek. I like what way he talks about. I love when Trump get treated a certain way, he stand up for Trump and he called them out. He called him out just like he did the woman, what's her name, Christine, at that GOP debate. See, that's what Vivek does. He ain't scared to call people out, just like he called out Nikki Haley, like he called out Chris Christie. Those the type of people Trump want around him. So I can see if Tucker don't do it, I can see Trump going for Vivek, going for Marjorie Taylor Greene, or going for Kari Lake, like I said, if they want to. I can see those names being tossed around. I don't know. I don't think Trump is going to choose any actors as his vice president. I don't really see that. But, hey, who knows? You just never know. But I personally don't see him doing that. But like I said before, we shall see. So y'all let me know who y'all think Donald Trump should choose if Tucker Carlson chooses not to be Trump's vice president. So y'all let me know in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.